guys for coming. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. All right. Got the mic? All right. Go for it.
Okay. I've got a question for you. Okay, I'm starting with a question. What does the United States have in common with Papua New Guinea and no other industrialized country in the world? Can you guess it? Come on, ladies. Can you guess it?
Paid leave. Ladies.
More women than men.
We don't actually have a national paid family leave program. So let me tell you about why this is important. Because of that, we force workers every day to choose between earning a paycheck and caring for their families when they need it. Exactly. And it is such a drag on the U.S. economy. It's something that actually harms us, our economy, and our families. So let me tell you the problem. Every worker in America, every single one, is going to have a moment in life where they have a crippling decision to make. Do they bring home a paycheck, or do they care for a loved one who needs their help urgently? Whether it's a parent who's dying. I had a worker, my speechwriter, and his mother was suffering from cancer. And he knew that he needed to be by her side for at least a few weeks before she passed. I made sure my office had paid leave so he could do that. There are so many instances where workers need to meet a family need that's really real. Whether it's a new baby, whether it's a sick child or a sick family member, or you're sick yourself, or an ill spouse. So the truth is, this is something that's going to affect all of us. And it doesn't just affect us and our ability to provide for our families, but if you are a low-wage worker, or you are a worker who doesn't have access to leave, which is 8 out of 10 of us don't have access to paid leave, you do have to make the choice. Do I earn the paycheck that actually feeds my family, or do I meet the urgent need? And just imagine that crippling decision for you when you know you can't actually survive or feed your child if you're not at work. Imagine your child in a car accident and in a wheelchair and not being able to care for her. I've met that mom. Imagine the new mom whose baby's in the ICU, holding on for her dear life and not being able to be by that infant's side. I met that mom. I can tell you this is a real problem that affects everyone. It's also a major drag on the economy. Because the absence of paid leave in this country, it costs us $20 billion a year. $20 billion a year where people aren't earning when they do need to leave the workplace to meet that family need. Less money going to our small businesses. Less money going right into the economy. So what's the answer? Do we have a solution? Yes, we do. I have it. Let's pass a national paid leave bill that actually works. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It's an earned benefit, just like Social Security. It costs about $2 a week for the average worker. That's the cost of a cup of coffee a week, and your employer matches it. Seems like it's pretty reasonable, right? And what does it give you? It gives you the ability to take up to 3 months off when you need it. It gives you the ability to earn an income, up to 66% of your income, when you need it. It means you're going to make your mortgage payment or your rent payment or your car payment. It means you're going to be by your dying parent's side. It means you're going to be with your loved one when they need you. It makes so much sense. So what's standing in the way? What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, money? Yeah. No, I don't think that's it. It's that our legislatures do not represent us well. They look at this issue and they say, oh, it's just a women's issue. Well, you know what? We are 52% of the U.S. population. Pretty important. And it is a women's issue, but it's also an economic issue. It's an issue that affects our small businesses. It's an issue that creates economic justice. It's an issue that affects our lowest income workers. It's an issue that affects all of us. It is a global issue. And so we need to ask more of our legislatures around this country. We need to lift up the voices of the people who feel left behind, and we need to pass the bill. The good news is we're far closer than we ever were before. I've been working on this since 2013. When I started working on national paid leave, I only had a handful of Democrats who even supported it. Today, most Democrats do support it. Even Republicans support it. Even President Trump sticks in his State of the Union. His ideas about how to get there are not very good. But at least he thinks that we need national paid leave. So this is a time, this is a moment, this is an idea whose time has come. And I believe that if we work hard, we can get it done. And we shouldn't stop there. We should also pass my entire platform of ideas called the Family Bill of Rights, which is a fundamental piece of ideas and legislation that helps all parents be able to provide for their kids. It first ensures a safe pregnancy. It ensures that everyone can have access to being a parent, our LGBTQ couples, so they can adopt, making sure people who need access to fertility treatments can get it and have it be covered by insurers and low-income people. Make sure that first month of life that child survives. Having baby bundles where you bring home everything the baby needs in the first month of life. It works in states and countries around the world. Making sure we have national paid leave and making sure we have universal pre-K and affordable daycare. Common sense, simple solutions. So I hope you will join me in fighting for paid leave because the truth is, it's going to happen to you. And this solution is so elegant because it helps small businesses who could never compete. It helps the 8 out of 10 workers who don't have access today. And you know what? We know it works. You've had paid leave in California for 10 years. When we ask businesses, how's it going? 90% have said no negative impact on the bottom line or a positive impact on the bottom line. And 99% of businesses says it improves morale and it improves retention. And for young people who have the gig economy, who are working 4 or 5 jobs, changing jobs every year, it works because you're buying in as an earned benefit your whole life, whether it's part-time, full-time, big companies, small companies. And even though states are working really hard to pass it, a small state would never have the economies of scale necessary to actually pass a paid leave bill that would work. So every state needs this, the country needs this, and you need a president of the United States who will fight for it, and as president, I will fight for it, and I will pass it into law.